Hi, hello everyone. Dawn Epting here. Thank you guys so much as always for watching. I wanted to come and share from the topic, what am I doing wrong? Walking through the fire and coming out unharmed. What am I doing wrong? Walking through fire and coming out unharmed. And hopefully at the end of this video, we'll all be reminded to stop beating ourselves up when we're facing some challenge in our lives, and to quit saying, what did I do wrong? What did I do that I'm in this situation? Thank you, whatever platform you're watching on, but if you are watching on YouTube, feel free to hit the bell underneath the video to receive notifications for future videos, and feel free to hit the subscribe button. So I wanted to come and share from this topic because so often in life we question what we've done wrong, and that can create mental turmoil. It can definitely disrupt our peace and leaving us feeling condemned and guilty or filled with shame. I'm standing here at this beautiful house that I visualized years ago. I visualized looking out over a lot of land, which I do from the master bedroom upstairs. But a bonus was there's a lake back here. So one of the keys to manifestation, I believe, is to focus on our divinity and what we're doing right as opposed to what we're doing wrong. So this video is called, What Am I Doing Wrong? Walking Through Fire and Coming Out Unharmed. So I've written some notes here. They're underneath the camera. Gold is refined by fire. I'm sure most of you have heard that. There are three ways that gold is refined. One is called smelting. That's when gold is mixed with raw rocks. The second is called copulation. That's when it's mixed with other metals. And the third process, which I really think is relevant, is called the Miller process. But in each instance, whether it's through smelting, copulation, or the Miller process, when it's passed through the fire, the pure, dense gold, it sits at the bottom. And what is not gold, the impurities, they rise to the top and can be skimmed off. So the pure, dense gold sits at the bottom, and what is not gold rises to the top and can be skimmed off. So if we have the right foundation, if we're focused on our divinity and our rightness instead of our wrongness, that's how we pass through the fire. That's how we come out unharmed. So I wanted to give a few points. You were created in the image and the likeness of God. Your higher self never condemns you. God, your higher self, never condemns you. There's a scripture in Ephesians that talks about taking on the breastplate of righteousness. Knowing that you stand before, that you can stand unaccused, essentially. You do not always have to be subject to accusations. Even in manifesting, you hear people say, well, this is what you need to do, or this is what you need to do to get your SP, your specific person, or the money that you desire. The focus is always on what you're doing wrong instead of who you are, that you are an eternal spirit with infinite worth and value, about why you are right. And that's where the focus should be. So 3 points I wanted to make. 1, the solid foundation, the way that you can settle at the bottom, like that gold that goes through the fire, whether it's smelted because it's mixed with raw rocks, or whether it's through copulation because it's mixed with other metals, or if it's a pure gold bar where the impurities are being burnt off. all the impurities rise to the top in each of those processes, and the pure gold sets at the bottom. The way to be set in your foundation is number one, three things I've written here. Know that you're created in God's image and likeness. That's who you were from the foundation of the world. Number two, don't let circumstances define you. So often we go through challenging periods and we let them define us. We let the bank account that has a $0 balance tell us who we are. We let the, being fired from our jobs or our place of employment dictate how we feel about ourselves and our value. Or we let the friendship that ends or the relationship that ends tell us who we are. Don't let circumstances define you. At all times, focus on you are created in the image and likeness of God, and you are and have always been and will always be an eternal spirit with infinite worth and value. And finally, number three, where you are right now is perfect. There is only this now moment. And you've been given everything that you need. In the unseen realm, whether you want to call it the quantum field, as scientists call it, or the kingdom, whatever name you give to it, you have everything has already been provided for you. You're not trying to get anything. What you're trying to do often is just realize what you've already been given and what has already been deposited within you and what has already been provided for you. So number one, the solid foundation to set firmly in that foundation is pure dense gold, is realizing that you're created in God's image and likeness. That's your true identity. Number two, don't let circumstances define who you are or define your worth or value. And number three, where you are right now is perfect. There is only this now moment, and you've been given everything that you need. And I wanted to end essentially with the movie The Edge by David Mamet. In it, Anthony Hopkins' character, after a plane crashes in the Alaskan wilderness, he says, and many of you have probably seen this movie and know this line, I once read an interesting book. Most people lost in the wilds die of shame. What did I do wrong? How could I have gotten myself into this? And so they sit there and they die because they don't do the one thing that would save their lives, thinking. And a lot of us allow ourselves to get defeated in our wilderness experiences because we do the same thing. We say, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? And that's a trick and a trap because it focuses on a past, a so-called past that we believe that we can't go back to, that we've messed up. When there is no past, there is no future. All that exists is now anyway. The divine does not look at you based on a past because God exists in the eternal present, the eternal now. There is nothing to go back and fix anyway. That's a mental construct, a mental idea, something that we've constructed. But in our wilderness experiences, the way that we overcome them is by knowing, understanding, believing, focusing on our rightness and not what we think we've done wrong. So feel free to add your comment underneath the video. Feel free to look under the video for how you can get involved or the services that you can receive. And I'll be interested to see how some of you have overcome your own wilderness experiences and how you've come out on the other side of the fire unharmed by focusing on the rightness of who you are instead of what you've supposedly done wrong. Thank you for watching.